Hi, welcome to Knits Up. I'm Mindy, your hostess, otherwise known as Knitter CNY. That CNY stands for Central New York. I'm from the Syracuse area in upstate New York, and I am doing my regular recording on Sunday, and it's December 2021 already. So I have some news for you and some upcoming improvements to the podcast. So I thought I would start. I usually go over finished objects and objects in progress, works in progress. So without further ado, I finished a pair of socks. Now, you're saying to yourself, these are very large socks. Yes, they are very large socks, but they're only large in the sense that I used a worsted weight yarn. I used Regia 6-ply in an Arne on Carlos colorway. And these are going to be for my cousin, Bethany, who is a nurse, and who asked for these for, I'm assuming, around the house, but she could wear them with boots if she wanted to because they're thick enough to wear with boots. 6-ply goes really fast. I used a size 6 needle, a US size 6, and they went really super fast, and that's despite all of the other projects that I've done this week. I had seen information on a lot of people's YouTube channels and on mostly a lot of people's Instagram channels about advent calendars. And I thought to myself, well, I could do an advent calendar. And what I chose to do was to buy these. I'm going to hold up a few of them so you can see. These are little tiny, tiny skeins of yarn. They're from Lion brand. These are called Bonbons. You get 8 to a package, and I have a whole little tote full of them right now. And so I got myself 3 packages of 8, so I have 24 Bonbons. And at first I thought I was going to make myself some beautiful shawl and it was going to be gorgeous. And then I realized I had 1,000 yards of sport weight yarn and thought to myself, you really don't want to be crocheting or knitting 1,000 yards of sport weight yarn by itself and going crazy. So I did the next best thing. I have a bunch of chunky yarn and worsted weight yarn that needs to get made into charity projects. So I thought to myself, you can do that. You can knit and crochet charity projects and just carry the bonbons along with it for fun. So I started this, which doesn't look like much, but what it is double crochet most all of the way. I think the last row is single crochet just so I could get a little bit of width on it. And I made an infinity scarf. Now I used 2.5 bonbons on this. So it was doable over a couple of days. And the base yarn is Serenity Chunky from Premier Yarns. I just had 1 skein of it. So it's a really skinny little infinity scarf for a young woman or a kid. And you could double it up and make yourself a little cowl like that. And then there was more bonbons. This is the day 1 project that took several days to finish. This is the green flecky stuff in there. I don't know if you can see the green flecky stuff well, not really green, brown flecky stuff, brass colored in the middle. And then I had a skein of Lion brand Thick and Quick. So I just did a regular, I think it's a 40 stitch hat, and just did knit 2 together on one round and knit 2 together on the next round to do the crown. So it's just a hat. But that yarn the Bonbons really kind of dresses it up and makes it more holiday-ish. The next hat, and there's a next hat after this too. The next hat is a double brim beanie that I had already started. Double brim beanies have an inside brim in one color and then an outside brim. So you get double thickness along the ears. So what I did was I used a fuchsia colored, pink colored bonbon along the outside brim. And then I used up the leftover contrast yarn as a stripe on it just to use it up, and just did a plain crown decrease. And that'll make a really nice hat. The base yarn is Hobby Lobby's I Love This Yarn Chunky, and I don't know the colorways, but these are ones that I bought on clearance for $1.24 a piece. I've made another hat that's the reverse colors of this. So it's got like a bright pink inner brim, and the rest of it is the contrast color all the way. So I've gotten 2 hats out of stuff that cost me $2.50 basically, which is a really good deal, which is why I shop Hobby Lobby when they have a clearance sale, because you can get really good deals. And if you know what you're looking for and you know you're going to use it up, it's a really good thing. This is the case with the fourth project, but the third hat. This is, you can kind of see the contrast yarn here was a green bonbon, and this is Bloom Chunky from Premier Yarns, and this is another Hobby Lobby clearance. This is the basic beanie pattern from Premier Yarns website. It takes 1 ball to make 1 hat. If I had made them smaller, kid size, I could have probably gotten 2 hats out of 1 skein, but I wanted to make kind of a teenager hat, I think, or a elementary school kid hat, whatever. So it has that bloom effect in there because the yarn is dyed that way. So you get kind of like flowers, kind of from far away. And then I use the Bloom Chunky in the stripes portion and at the crown for the decreases, and really simple decreases again. And this yarn, the base yarn, I got for 99 cents at the Hobby Lobby clearance sale last year. So that's a really good deal. A hat for 99 cents, basically. And the final thing that I am working on that is not an Advent project is out of Heatwave heat generating yarn. I think the pattern is by Daisy Farmcraft. This is Heatwave. The color is Water Park. And this is yarn that I got on sale at Ollie's last time for $2.99. So I'm going to make a hat for $3 basically. And this is half double crochets mostly, and then there's like some slip stitches at the top. It's a free pattern, so I don't feel like I'm giving anything away. And you can check that out if you want to make your own hat. I really like the way that's coming out. It looks really nice. I'm using a size I hook, and it's just turning out really nice. So that's what I've been working on this week. I thought you would enjoy seeing that you can do your own advent calendar if you wanted to do that. The Bonbons were a really affordable alternative for me. They were less than, I think they were $15 by the time I got done when I used a coupon. So I did really well with that. Go craft something. It's good for your mental health.